And we are live with episode 11 of the Crystal Crusaders. I am your dungeon master, Brad, and I am joined today by three of my players. James, Morton, and Zach are all here. Hello, guys. How have you been?
Good.
Okay.
Christmas is coming. It's good. It's good.
Oh yeah,
It's good.
fucking Christmas!
Wow, you're
Way
really,
too,
really excited.
you're way too
Um,
hyped.
so, without further ado, we will go ahead and get things kicked off with a recap of what happened last time. Probably somewhat accurately delivered by James, playing as Alexei.
Hey,
Seeing
guys.
as seeing as a person that was supposed to do it is not here.
Alright, so last time when we were playing, we continued to look for Lucas's bag down in the underbelly of Luskin in this old ruined non-functioning sewer area. As we were traveling, looking around, there was the rumors that those pirates from Luskin, those were rats, were here as well. And so as we were investigating and looking, wouldn't you believe it, we ran into some of them. We ran into some of these were rats and some of their like hobo minions. There was a fight. We killed the hobos quite effectively. The were rats were a lot tougher than we were expecting though. Um, Many people went down, many people got back up. We barely managed to kill their leader, at which point the rest shattered and ran. And then we managed to capture this one were rat here. And I think we were in the middle of talking to him before we called it last time, weren't we?
Yeah, so last time when we left off, you guys were trying to basically interrogate him for information, and he was just like, well, what's in it for me?
Yep.
And
That was the whole thing.
you were all just like, maybe we should wait till somebody who actually cares about this bag is back here to talk about this, because right now we don't want to be bothered. So, yes, we pick up. You guys are, just to explain it to you, Zach, you guys are down in what appears to at once have been a sort of like sewer network almost, and this is kind of like a collection room. Like, you're basically in this really large open room with these like tiered walkways that have like sluices that go down into a reservoir at the bottom, and there is a large shanty town that has been like constructed down here, and it is this town where Alquil's magic led you before it faded. Um,
Mhm.
and you guys have been going around talking to the citizens here and asking questions, basically trying to find where the thief could be hiding, and
Mhm.
eventually you were like pointed in the direction of this ship Brethnor, these pirates that had come in. And
Mhm.
eventually they got sick of you asking too many questions, so they ambushed
And they
you.
came for us.
Yep, they ambushed you, but you managed to narrowly defeat them. It was a very tough fought battle.
Okay,
Um,
Yep.
so I see that I have full health. Is that accurate?
no, it is not accurate.
Please
Let
fix.
me double check here.
Let's fix.
I also
You
see that I have
should.
a spirit.
You have what, 40? Yeah, that's just there because.
I'm
Um,
assuming it was from my
I killed
card.
someone. Yeah.
Yes. Do I keep it?
yeah, sure.
Awesome.
Well,
What
I
is it
mean,
of? What's the spirit? Is it of a rat
Were
person?
rat. Were rat.
Okay. Stop moving it.
uh,
Stop moving.
yeah, I
My
guess you can
baby.
keep it. You should be down 15 hit points.
15,
Yeah.
41 minus 15 is going to be what? Fucking 30, 40, 26?
36. Not 34, I mean. Well, not 36. Never mind. That's weird.
Pretty sure it's
Be
26.
26. Yeah.
36.
Like, stop for it.
Going
yeah,
the wrong
so,
way.
and you guys are all now gathered in a, um, gathered in a small abandoned shack somewhere kind of to the west of town, where you guys had fought off these were-rat attackers.
Is this little lesser rat being trash tied up or something, or how do we got it?
Yeah, so he's been tied up and basically is there. Alquil and the others have been questioning him. You also had a captive, one of the commoners who had basically been like roped into the gang. You had him as a captive, but Nibelung decided that the best course of action to try to get the information out of this particular individual was to transform his hands into acid claws and melt his face off. So he is now dead on the floor with a melted off face.
God fucking damn
I forgot about that bit.
it. Alright. Don't worry. The high charisma characters here, guys.
So, yes, I believe last time when we left off, the were-rat, you had asked him a question, and he was basically just like, well, what's in it for me? Like, he doesn't want to, give the answer that you want if...
Well, he's about to, because at this point, I'm sure I have probably lost the wrapping around my eye, like, in any good battle. So I go right up into his face, conjure up the, just my dagger. Just the dagger.
Sure.
And I'm gonna stare at him, and it's gonna look like two separate eyes just straight up staring at him, and I'm gonna put the dagger as close as I can to under his eye, and I'm gonna give the command for this, like, ghost of his dead friend to, like, peer at him over my shoulder, staring at him. I'm gonna tell him, the most important thing that's going to be in this for you is you perhaps keeping your life if you tell me what I want to know.
Just the outer character. He just said he doesn't care for his life at all.
Oh, did he really say that?
Yeah. They've already been over this. So yeah, you say he's just like,
I'm going to really test it and drive the dagger just a little bit into a, like, scan under his eye. Wait, is he like 1 HP though?
Yeah, he's pretty
Okay.
low. He's basically
Can I,
just
like- Can I,
just
like,
got up.
theatrically stab him under the eye
yeah,
a little bit without, like, killing him?
Just
Just kind of like drop it. I don't know.
I mean, I guess it won't really do much.
I'm mainly like hoping that the like unsettling factor of the two eyes looking at him and his dead friend looking at him over the shoulder. Cause I'm sure Arvea has I'm sure she's got I got a little bit of attention now. I don't know if I got attention from her actually. I assume I might since it is involving money.
Yeah, so I think you do that, and he kind of like, as the dagger is like pressing under, like, kind of under his eye, you're like drawing it across, drawing a little bit of blood. He's just sort of like cold staring back at you, with his like beady little sort of rat man eyes. And he says, "Oh, believe me, death is the best thing you could do for me." He says, "If the captain finds out I betrayed them, he'll do much worse to me than just simply kill me. Like I said, I'm open to a deal. I'm an amicable sort, but there's got to be something in it for me, you know? Something to make it worth betraying all my friends and companions. Because I'm gonna have to spend a long life in hiding if I do that."
As I said, we'll give you your life. We'll guarantee you get out of this alive.
Said he doesn't care about that though.
Well, no, he cares about getting out alive. Because either way, he's going to die, whether if he doesn't tell us or if he does tell us, he's going to die. Although if he does tell us, we will guarantee that he gets out of here alive.
He sort of thinks for a bit. And he says,
Because he's running out of friends really quickly.
He says, oh, well, when there's rats involved, there's always more rats. But you've got a point. There's not much of us left down here. Just the ones back at the hideout. He says, well, says, if you're willing to act as bodyguards, get me out of here. I suppose.
Hold on. Oh, sorry. Continue.
He says,
Stop.
he says, I suppose I could, just so happen to be going back home, and these rowdy folks followed me. Don't know how that happened.
Exactly. And after all, we are or at least I am a friend of rodent kind. And then Blackjack squeaks on my shoulder.
Aww.
Yeah, I think the were rat guy like squeaks something at him too, but you don't know what he says. And yeah, he goes, of course, starting a new life ain't exactly easy nor free. So perhaps when all this is over, you got your bag back. Whatever's in it seems to be quite valuable. Maybe you can spare a little bit for me, and a little bit more than the handful of coins your friend was gonna give me.
Give him a big old toothy smile. I was like, perhaps we could find a little something in that bag for you.
Yeah, he sort of like looks around, and he says, well, let me a moment to consider, friends. Why don't you go ahead and roll a persuasion check?
Damn, I was hoping for persuasion. I can't intimidation. Fuck, I was about to ask a question, but I don't remember what it was. How long has it been since we've had a long rest?
Not that long.
Short rest.
Short rest, you guys basically like just took one before the battle. Alright. But I mean, you could always take another one. That's the whole point of short rest, is that you can take multiple of them during a day if need be. So he sort of like takes he's silent for a moment in consideration, and then he sort of like sighs heavily. He says, well, he says, I could see that if I so was inclined, I could probably keep you here all day until you got fed up with me, but that doesn't really get me nowhere, and it doesn't really get you nowhere. So, I suppose, if you're willing to promise to protect me and see me off to greener pastures after all this is done, and put up for me a little bit, just so I've got something to, get a new start with, I suppose I could tell you where you might find my erstwhile friends. Sound like a deal? And he kind of like looks over at all of you.
Look at Lucas.
I believe we have ourselves a deal then.
He says,
And you're sure your friends are going to have my bag?
He says, well, I'm pretty sure. Haven't seen it myself, I admit, but I think I heard one of the boys whispering something about it.
Do you have any
I'll be
inkling of where I would be able to find it when we reach our destination, or which one of your friends would have it?
I said, well, I would assume that he would have turned it over. There was a distinct interest in you fellas when you showed up here. He said, somebody higher on up is was looking for you, you know. Second you rode into town.
Well, we'll be finding us real soon.
He says, I reckon whoever it was probably has it. He says, right, well, these ropes are often awful uncomfortable, governor, so if you don't mind, maybe you can, just,
Can I do an insight check with everything this guy's fucking said? See if he's actually like fucking not
Sure.
shitting us. Alright. Do you want me to roll it or do you want to roll it?
what's your bonus?
+1.
Plus uno.
Perhaps some other people should insight as well.
Yes, maybe that's probably a good idea. Let me have a look here. My insight is also +1, Brad, please.
Alright. Plus uno. Okay.
Morton.
2 sec here.
The
Might as well
classic.
just
Out of the game.
No, it's me opening the sheet. I would
Ah,
open
okay.
it. Insight.
Probably just your wisdom modifier.
+2. Huzzah.
Oh yeah, boys, we got this.
All right. So you all look over this man as he is talking, and Alexei, you have a little bit of trouble kind of reading him just because he's got like a rat face right now, and
It's half melted.
it's kind of difficult to get a read on. But Lucas, staring into his eyes,
His rat eyes.
he's his beady rat eyes.
I'm used to rat interaction.
He's not like breaking eye contact with you or anything, and you don't really hear the like deceit in his voice. From what you can tell, he seems to at least be honest with you about like he's not gonna try anything. I mean, even if he did, like he's on 1 HP surrounded by a bunch of fucking like level 6 adventurers.
Yeah. Okay.
He's not stupid. I mean, he's stupid, but he's not stupid.
I mean, he is stupid, but he's not that stupid.
Fair enough. Fucking, I cut the bindings.
What did I see? Did I sense anything more than they did?
No, you
Alright.
you basically got the same as Alexei.
Yeah.
All right. So you cut the bindings, and he sort of very quickly kind of pulls his hands
Runs
back
away.
around the the front and starts like rubbing on his wrists. And he says, well, all right then. Seems we've a deal. He says, well, I'm not exactly in fighting shape here, friends, but perhaps I can point you on the way. He says, you know that whatchamacallit, that reservoir down at the bottom there?
Do I, Brad? Do we?
I mean,
Wait,
yeah.
is that the one where we fought that thing that tried to eat us?
No. So, like, at the bottom of this room, basically, all of these, like, sloped channels that are built along these, ledges, these raised ledges, lead to a large circular reservoir in the bottom.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah.
And he says, well, there's a, bit of a structural weakness that erupted in the side of that reservoir some time ago, and if you swim your way on down through it, you'll find an opening in the ceiling a ways down. It says it's where the boys like to hide out. Some sort of crypt, methinks, once upon a time, although it's long been repurposed.
And that's the
Says,
only way in.
He says, well, it's the only way in unless you want to take a long, long detour through the underdark.
Fair enough. Is there anything we should expect going into this?
You should expect to smell really bad coming out the other side.
What can you tell us about how many people would be there?
He says, I can't rightly tell you, Governor. Number changes time to time. But I would say there's usually about 10 to 20 of us there at any given time. Sometimes more, sometimes less. It really depends. So most of them are low-level, deck scrubbers from up above. A few like myself, though, more tenured individuals.
I'm nodding along, looking
Okay.
at my friends and how they're dying.
And of course, if what you say about this bag of yours is true, it was taken. I'm sure the boss will be there as well. Not the boss, but you know the boss. Yeah.
What's his name?
Oh, he says well, I mean, it depends which one it is, really. There's a lot of different ones. He says, lest I recall, I think his name was Pierce.
Pierce.
I look over at Thor's character and I go like, I know it's not here, but I go like, haven't you talked about him? And I look over at Zack's character as well.
Oh, I'm going through the shit list real fast.
Yeah,
Yes, there it
it's fair.
is. I whisper under my breath. Carface.
Can I get a small what? Who is that guy?
Okay, so Algo turns to you and he says, Pierce. He was a pirate from Ship Leskin. Our adventures up north before we met you.
Boy, I wasn't even part of that.
Yeah, you weren't even part of that. I mean, you were sort of part of it, but you weren't part of that part.
No, I wasn't.
He's like, he says, he was a member of a pirate crew that was causing problems up north. We fought him, but he had managed to escape before we could capture him.
I just slowly nod, basically. Okay.
I said, if he's here, then all this talk about the black ice suddenly makes a lot more sense.
I nod.
Where is that shit list? Here it is.
How are you guys on hit die? Can y'all take a short rest or are y'all out?
No, I can.
I'm out. I don't have any hit dice left.
Alright, but me and Nefarious can.
I don't know how Alquil's character is. How Alquil is.
Well, he's an NPC card now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty rough. I'd say he's probably got 2 or 3 injuries on his actual.
Can we force him to take a short rest? And recover those, or can he
I
not do that?
mean, I need to see
Or-
if he actually has hit dice to spend.
Do we want to rest a bit before we head out?
I just nod. Yep.
How good are you guys at swimming?
At swinging, at swimming.
Yeah. Since apparently we're gonna have to swim down.
Well, I can hold my breath, somewhat. What is it to swim, Brad? Is it athletics or something?
I mean, assuming you as a character decide that you indeed learned how to swim at any point in time, there's no special check unless there are extenuating circumstances.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
mean, would any of our characters not have learned to swim?
I mean, that would
I'm
be up to
pretty
you.
I'm pretty sure I do.
Yeah, I can probably swim. I
Well,
can hold my
imagine I
breath. Hold my breath somewhat. Not,
Remember
not
them old
very good.
days on the
I mean,
on the countryside
Alexei,
lake.
Alexei could probably hold her breath the longest out of anyone. It's based on your con mod.
Oh yeah.
You can hold your breath for like 5 minutes or something
I
ridiculous.
don't know. I
like
think
that.
my spirit could hold their breath longer.
I mean, your spirit doesn't breathe, so that's kind of cheating.
Exactly.
It always holds his breath.
Anyways, so you have been pointed in the direction. And yeah, so this where at fellow, he says, well, I'll be waiting here for you when you're feeling up to it. Hopefully you don't die in there. Of course, if you do, I don't know nothing. Don't know how they got the location of our secret hideout. But if you come back, well, good on you.
Alright. Sure, us guys?
Yo.
Well, I'm not gonna be able to do anything, but sure.
Well, the two fighters will be able to.
Yeah,
Do
so Alquill will be able to heal an injury. He's got at least one hit dice left. Nibby.
So we're taking a short rest now.
I just
Nibby's,
rolled my dice.
Nibby's got hit dice, so he'll be able to as well.
I get all my spells back, right? I'm a warlock? Yeah, short rest is fine.
All right, and so who is going to be assigned Alquill and who is going to be assigned Nibby?
Well, I don't even know fucking Nibby's ability.
So we could use hit dice.
If you're taking a short rest,
Oh.
you can go ahead and click the short rest button. Spend any hit dice.
Nothing recharged. Yay. It's plus your con modifier, right?
Yeah. There should just be a button you can click. If you actually just
Probably
click,
is.
if you just click the hit dice on your sheet, it'll ask you how many you want to roll.
Oh, nice. Glorious.
You recover 17. You rolled a 1 and a 10.
Yes, horrible. I know.
I mean, average.
I rolled 2 more. Fucking hell, that's shite. Yeah, well, I'm higher up then. Go. So who's getting who?
Yes,
Getting home.
who would like Alquill and who would like a Nibby?
Niblung. Niblung. Here we are. Niblung is access. So you can keep 10 creatures fed per day. Disguise your tracks. I mean, I never do melee attacks. That primal savagery is not going to do anything for me.
I think that's best for Lucas, because I'm mostly gonna be ranged no matter what.
Fair enough. Lucas, take Nibelung. I will say though, Brad, I'm disappointed that it's constrict and then pounce, not constrict and then eat, because that's totally what Mike's been doing the whole time.
Yeah. He also has that bear's endurance if I need it.
Well, anyway, let's keep going.
Yeah, I could take Alquill, because, you know. Because the passive will be good together with Alexei, and because I'm staying close to her, and yeah.
All right, so you all rest up. You buddy up, and
Get the
without
fuck out.
further ado, let us go ahead. You guys exit from this building. You can see you're still. This part of town is still sort of like abandoned, quote unquote, and you begin making your way down towards the reservoir at the base. And as you descend down, you can see that the reservoir itself is not incredibly large. It's maybe about like 20 feet in diameter, and there's like a short stone, like crumbled stone wall that's like surrounding it, just so obviously like at some point, so like nobody would just like walk in there, but it's easily like mantled and climbed over, and looking down, you can see basically there is this sort of like surface of like bubbling, sort of like brownish green water.
God, it's bubbling? Why you gotta say it's bubbling?
Because who knows what the hell is living down there, man.
Don't say living down there.
Yeah, and there is just this kind of like rancid smell emanating off from it. But you were told that there's basically a collapsed passageway, a tunnel of sorts that leads underwater to their hideout.
Test the water. Is it hot?
It's kind of like lukewarm, a little bit above room temperature.
Oh my god, so it's warmer than it is outside, probably.
Good news. It's not boiling hot. These bubbles aren't to do with its heat.
That's always not a good thing.
It could just be a gas leak.
I just slowly nod.
Doesn't look like we're going to be able to see under this water.
Probably not.
So we're
What if
going to have to do this by feel, is what
is
you're
it gonna
telling me.
Is it dark?
I mean, it's like sewer water, so it's not like pristine clear, like you can see forever water. It's
But light would help, right?
not really, because it's
Okay.
not, because there's a lot of stuff like dissolved in the water. It doesn't have the clarity for like light to travel. It'll help a bit, but it will really buy you maybe like 5 feet in front of you, if that.
It's more than nothing.
Plus, you'll have to have your eyes open in the nasty sewer water. So
I just do the elf dive and just dive in.
all right, so you're all standing around looking at this, like no, you jump in it, no, you, and then the
Fine,
Nefarious
fine, look
just
at us.
runs up and kind of like swan dives into the water with
Let's go.
a splash.
Come on, Alex, let's go.
Wait, hang on. Just give me a second. Looks at, then she like opens up her backpack. And it's like, no, that doesn't. No. No.
Okay, I'm just wondering, do I find the other side? I'm just swimming meanwhile.
Yeah,
Wow.
so since you were told of the existence of this passageway, it's not exactly difficult. It's not a large area to search through. It's not exactly difficult to find. There is basically in the side of the wall of this reservoir, there is a section where it is like crumbled, like the stonework has crumbled away, and you can see there's a flooded passageway like behind it.
I'll start swimming in there.
All right.
Okay.
I continue as well. I mean, Alex, come on.
Okay, everything is now put together, and hopefully it's nice and watertight. Okay, let's go, and I'll cast light on my staff.
All right, and as you
Can't
all
help, can't hurt even.
as you all descend down into the murky waters and through the tunnel, we are going to go ahead and take our first break here. And we'll be back in 10 minutes.
Nice.
10-minute
Brad,
break. Holy shit.
Brad, can I have a new sheet just as a backup character?
Sure.
So you can make your
I
guacamole.
will. I think I have a
Yes.
I will have you all know
backups.
I will be fighting to my death to get this bag back.
Ah, well,
Like, even if y'all turn and leave,
it's a
and go,
reason.
fuck this, I am fighting to
it-
get this fucking bag back.
It's a reason I'm making a backup character, Lucas. I'm with you.
There we go. Because I don't think, like, I really don't think Alk will.
Well, you've done a bad job of fighting to the death because you're still alive. Yeah, you're level 6. You should have one. And it's just lagging a lot. Should be Kleist Ijiboy. There, it should be good now. Yeah. I gave you control. Is that what you think? Because orcs in the Forgotten Realms are like savage creatures. There's basically like yeah, but they're not heroes and adventurers. They're bad guys. I said you're gonna be a good guy. Perhaps in another campaign. Oh man, he's typing. He's gonna be like, "Oh my god, guys, I can't do it." And we are back for some more Storm King's Thunder, Crystal Crusaders. Yeah, so you guys have all, at this point, dove down into the water within the reservoir and found the tunnel that you were pointed to, the submerged tunnel that leads through, presumably, to the hideout. What is all of your constitution modifiers, if you don't mind me asking?
Plus
Vincent, please?
4.
+2, I think.
I believe mine is +2.
Oh.
Well, what the fuck, 4?
Yeah, 4 authority.
All right, so
3.
this tunnel, as you're swimming through, obviously you're swimming kind of at like half speed through this like murky sewer water. It's hard, especially if you're like trying to actually see where you're going. It's hard to like keep your eyes open. There's just like anytime you do open your eyes, it just like burns like crazy, and there's just kind of this like awful smell that is just infused into your nostrils at this point. And Alexei, at one point, you think you feel something like brush past you in the darkness of the tunnel, but when you like turn, there's like nothing there, and it's pretty cramped. Like you're basically kind of like pulling yourselves forward on the stones along the edge of this passageway. It's obvious that it wasn't like it wasn't a like unnaturally constructed thing. Like it's just like a natural rift that kind of opened up and isn't exact. It's basically like big enough for people to go through, and you're swimming through this for what feels like eternity down here, but in reality is less time than you have like breath. Obviously, like you're not at any risk of like running out of breath or anything, and eventually you can see up ahead this dim flickering light coming from a collapsed like a hole in the ceiling, and you can see there's like a collapsed pile of rubble just beneath this hole, like blocking off the rest of this like rift essentially. And
go.
yeah, so you quickly see this, swim towards it, and you
Longsword.
you all come. Yeah, you summon your longsword,
Shield out.
and
Well, I
you
can't really swim with both.
you yeah, not really. And so you come bursting up out of this sort of small hole in the floor of a room. Looking around, you can't quite totally get a bearing of where you are, but you're basically there's like a pool of water, and you guys emerge, and there's maybe like 5 to 6 feet of stone where the floor fell in, and you're kind of like down in this pool of water, so you can't actually like see out into the room just yet. However, can I get all of you except for Nefarious, was it that was with Alquil? Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
I'm with Aqua.
Can I get the rest of you, that being Alexei and Lucas, to make me a Constitution saving throw?
I'm immune to diseases. You're not.
Both rolled pretty well though.
All right, so the both of you just barely avoid just throwing up all over the place upon exiting from this and being sickened by this experience. So you are fine, whether or not you believe it.
I don't
Physically,
fucking
you're
know.
fine. Mentally, not so much.
Fucking let's get out of this pool.
All right, so you swim over to the edge and begin to like climb your way up the broken rubble, and as you do, you climb up into what appears to be, or at least was at one point, some sort of crypt or catacomb or something of the likes. There is essentially this this area where there's these long kind of narrow passages that have a bunch of like niches carved into the wall. Although from what you could see, most of these niches appear to be empty. There's like nothing lying in them. But based on what you can see, sort of on the bases of them, on the bottom of these niches, there was something there at one point in time, but has been like removed and discarded of. Now you could see in its place there are a lot of not burning, but sort of like burnt out candles, like melted wax candles on the sides of these niches, as well as a few, like a couple of them have like sleeping rolls in them. And looking out, I don't think you don't really see any signs of people, but you can hear what sounds like a somewhat whispered conversation up ahead. And
Feel it out.
go ahead and
Real map. Fucking murder everybody.
so
Real
yes.
map means bad things. Real map means bad things.
You emerge up into this passageway. It is like pitch dark up here. Aside from the light that is Alexei is casting from whatever the hell she cast light on.
My staff. Where's our
Who
quill?
cares?
I mean,
me.
he's not technically here yet.
On a scale of blank page to like actual like professionally done, how real is it?
So it's blank page, freehand drawing, and dynamic lighting for.
Ah, okay, cool. So it's a bad way.
Wow. Anyways.
And I don't mean that. I don't mean that in like.
Yeah, do that back pedal for. Do that back pedal. Come on.
Yeah, back pedal harder. Come on. Roll the back pedal check.
All right.
Yeah, but you can definitely hear hushed conversation ahead of you, but you see no sign of any people in your
Quick
immediate
look,
like
any
vision
traps?
cone. Go ahead and make a perception check for me. Looking around, you do not see any sign of traps. It would seem as though this being the main entrance to this area, it would have been too much of a hassle for them to have to walk around traps all the time.
All right.
Alexia will lean
Whisper
forward to
them.
Lucas.
Oh.
I hear-
Yes.
I hear noises ahead. Should I dim the light or put it away?
Is it pitch dark in here?
Mm-hmm. Other than the light that Alexei has.
Can you dim it?
I mean,
No. Okay, got it.
wait, hang on. I'll like kill the light, and then I'll recast it on a coin, and I'll like hold it in my cupped hands,
Sure.
so it's like dimmed.
So she can just open a little bit of her hand to have a flashlight.
Yes. How's that, Brad?
Very dark.
Sweet. Awesome.
All right, guys. Let's do this.
I can edit my own aura as well.
All right.
I don't
So
need Brad
as
to do
you're
it for me.
as you're walking forward, please
Come, Morton.
stop there for a moment. You can hear the conversation, the sounds of the conversation growing louder, Lucas, and you get about up to that like corner before you can hear coming from somewhere around the corner. Although like peeking out, you can't quite see them just yet. The sounds of what sounds like three people speaking, and judging by like you stop and listen for a moment, and it's just kind of like they're not actually saying anything important. They're basically just having a conversation. One of them mentions something about stealing something from somebody, and the other one's just kind of like, oh yeah, well I stole something better, and they're just like this sort of this like one-upsmanship going on. And it doesn't seem like, are you guys trying at all to be stealthy in any regard?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and
Alright,
make
we
me
should probably
stealth
set that.
checks. Yeah.
Can we do a group self check?
I mean, that's just the default. Like everyone rolls, and then
Or you take the highest or whatever.
I mean, well, it's an average basically.
For the average, yeah.
Good news, everyone.
Good news, everyone. You're all dead.
I look back behind me and give everyone the hands. Are they walking towards us?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a
Are
minute.
the voices like walking towards us, Brad?
No, the voices are stationary. Like they're
How far down the hall do they look? Do they look like? Do they sound like right around the corner or?
they sound pretty close.
Okay.
They're not like right around the corner, but like they're definitely like if you speak, they'll probably hear you. They might even hear you if you're whispering.
20.
All right, so you guys are being pretty good.
What's
Pretty
my
good
Arveus
sneakers.
shades?
Sneakers. Sneaky sneakers.
Sneaky stickers.
I mean,
it can't turn invisible.
no,
It can walk through objects, though.
I can. Yeah. So you guys walk up, and they just continue on their conversation. It seems like they have no idea that you're like even here. They wouldn't even hazard the thought that somebody had figured out where their hideout was.
I look behind me at Alex and Nefarious. And I like do the finger over the mouth, hush sign,
Mm-hmm.
and then I point down the hallway, and then hand across my neck, raise eyebrow.
I do a thumbs up and I give a small smirk.
Alexei nods. It's not really understanding.
I pull out the bow and I just like string it up with an arrow and I go like, I just nod at him.
I'm guessing this is a little too much to ask. I don't think I'll know this, but can I like tell which way they're facing based on like the way the voices are projected? I feel like that might be a little too much.
No, especially in these cramped corridors where
Yeah,
it
it's
could be like
echoing.
echoing around a lot. It's hard to get a beat. But as you're kind of like standing there, like planning out, okay, like let's quietly go up and get them.
Quietly, I was about to run in.
You were about to run in. You hear a voice from down the hall, basically like let out a sort of like a sigh of relief or something. And you hear footsteps like approaching closer to you, and you hear like a voice shouting like, it's like, all right boys, I'm coming back, you better not have done anything without me. And you
Okay.
see like
I-
coming from the shadows down at the other end of the hall, and he says
Can I crouch down like knock since I already have an arrow knocked and just the moment I see him just in his face?
yeah, I mean he is completely unaware of your presence, so you
Yeah.
can totally
Can I
like,
Eldritch Blast?
Okay, so I'm gonna do a longbow attack. It's with advantage because he doesn't know I'm here, right?
yeah, like he's completely unaware of your presence, so
What the?
Can I get out an Eldritch Blast at him?
yeah, so this is like a surprise round, so go ahead and roll initiative.
Actually, if it's a surprise round, I could theoretically run around the corner and start fucking stabbing people.
But the thing is,
You
maybe
shoot
we
him.
can kill him without people knowing. So that's what I was
Cool. I don't know. An arrow going down the hallway, a fucking large,
in complete darkness.
a gold blast. Well, they're probably.
Yeah.
You really think they're not gonna have blind sight?
I don't know.
Well,
The thing
not blind
is,
sight, but
it-
no, I
it's
get what
dark,
you're
so
saying.
That's why I'm thinking maybe the arrow can go unnoticed.
Have full light, guys.
Oh,
Well,
cool. Yeah.
it looks like it's go time.
Yeah, wait. Don't I have advantage on those?
Halberd, two-handed weapon, right? Halberd's a two-handed weapon for sure. Yeah. What am I
You do have
thinking?
advantage on the initiative, yes.
Yeah, that's what.
What was that robot for?
Classic shitty rolls, guys.
Woo!
All right, let's fucking deck this motherfucker, Warren.
Yeah, roll d20. Okay, advantage.
How many do I get at this level?
You get 2.
A 12 and a 14, so probably both miss.
Wow, that's a horrible attack.
I don't know, that 14 might not be on this fucker.
I
What's the
shot
advantage?
once. Yeah, I used advantage, but I rolled 1 plus 4 +2, +1, +2.
All right, so you all see this fellow walking down from the other end of this like long hall, and I think maybe he probably like notices like the dim glimmer of light, and he's just like, "What's all that?" And then all of a sudden, this like blast of eldritch energy, like this sort of like golden eldritch energy, comes pouring down the hall, as well as like an arrow loosed from this
And
I
they
like it.
intertwine.
from this bow.
Do I get advantage on both my attacks?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
did I have
you.
advantage on mine as
Well,
well?
no, only on the first one because once you take that first shot, you're like he's aware that you're there now.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So do I just re-roll a d20 for that first one?
Yeah, go ahead and re-roll for the first one.
16.
Okay.
Understand
Yeah.
what you
So, the Eldritch Blast definitely like impacts into him. He like staggers backwards, like ah, like letting out a loud yell. And the arrow hits him dead in the chest, and he just sort of like looks down at it and like back up at you, and down at the arrow, and he's just like, "What the fuck are you playing at, mate?" And snaps it off.
And I sink another arrow into it, because that's what I do.
The second blast flies wide.
Plus.
What about you, Alex A? You sending anything out?
Yes, firebolt. Pya!
Belated firebolt that crits.
Oh, that's a sharpshooter crit.
All right, so
8 plus. I didn't do the extra damage on the other one.
Nefarious' attacks would have come first. So
Yeah. I do get an extra 1d6 because it's my favorite enemy. I didn't do it last time.
you can roll
Really,
all
Red
sorts
Wings are
of
your favorite enemy?
you can roll all sorts of damage. Humanoids are.
Yeah. Yes, they are. I hate humans. Plus 6. So it's 2d8 plus 2d6 plus 6 plus another 10. No, it's only the yeah.
And because they're lycanthropes, you deal no damage.
I thought it was half damage.
Yeah, so you quickly. So basically, the way this works, because it is an initiative, Nefarious is first. So he fires off his two shots with his longbow at this creature, and they both sort of like sink into his chest. He like staggers back, and he's just like, again, he's like, "What are you playing at, mate? Boys, we got intruders!" And like snaps off both of the arrowheads, and you just see like searing like smoke coming from the wounds, as your non-magical weapon attacks are completely ineffective. And then
Told you.
and then
That one's gonna be useless without a magical weapon.
Alexei and Lucas sort of quickly are just like, "Oh shit," and like blast off magic, and he then is just like screams as this firebolt and eldritch blast hit him, and he just falls back into the darkness, presumably dead. And so that's the round, and then we come back up to it, and then you hear shouting from around the corner, like, "What was that?" And you see this guy is going to move.
that noise?
What the
Yeah,
fuck was
yeah,
that?
Go away, Mr. Smith. Nobody likes you anymore.
I love you, Smith. Oh god, they were really far up there. I'm glad I didn't run around. Not that I saw Brad move or anything.
All right, this guy runs around the corner up to you, Lucas, from up above. And he shouts. He says, "Somebody go warn Pierce! We've got intruders!"
Alright, guys. Fucking killing them before they can go warn anybody, right?
Well, I guess we got to.
This guy is going to dash up. All right,
Stay
so
behind me, Alex.
only one of them has
Okay.
enough movement to run up and get an attack. So he does so against you, Lucas.
Alright, I have 18.
Yep, so he is going to swing with a short sword, cutlass that he has. Missing, and then he'll try to bite you.
Which hits.
Hits you for 3.
And I need to make a con save.
Sure do.
All right,
I
boys.
have like.
About to be a rat thing.
Did I not fail a check
Fitting.
and get Cursed of Lycanthropy?
Maybe. Maybe not.
Can't remember.
Who knows?
I bet.
All right. So then we have Nefarious once more.
Yeah, two seconds. I just need to check something. Give me a second. Because realizing none of my arrows does jack shit to these fuckers.
Break out the magic ones.
No, I don't have any of those.
Well,
But I have something that might help you.
I believe in you, man.
Let's generic battle music. Go.
So, if I grapple someone, can the attacks against him is advantage, right?
No. If you grapple someone, the only thing that does is prevent them from moving.
Okay.
You would have to restrain them somehow to grant someone an advantage.
Okay. Okay, 2 seconds. I'm just gonna see what I have in my backpack. Give me a second. I'm doing some MacGyver shit right now.
Boy.
Explorer's pack. What's in you? Yeah, okay. I take out the rope, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lasso the shit out of the first guy.
All right.
Oh
Well,
my god. Lasso.
yeah, you
I
will
just-
have to spend an action actually tying the lasso.
Yeah,
I
I know. Because the thing is, I can't attack these fuckers, so I don't see.
Because I assume you don't just like go around with your rope in full lasso mode all the time.
I don't. I really don't. Maybe I will from now on, but right now, no.
All right, so you pull out your rope and begin like putting together a lasso.
Have
Alright.
we gotten a long rest since last session?
No.
No.
Short
I made
rest.
us
Yeah,
short rest.
Rest. Okay.
All right, Alexei.
Don't worry, Thor. You're not on the melee character. I don't have you. I have Nippy.
All right,
Does
my
anyone,
turn.
Does anyone bear?
Yes, it's Nefarious have you.
I guess Alexei would have
Pya!
Brayork.
Sirik.
No, Sirik's not with you. Brayork is though.
Oh. Good thing we left Sirik behind.
You probably would have died by now.
Pya!
That
Alright,
probably
which
would
one
have
are you
saved us a lot
attacking?
of trouble, though.
Wait, so you strike at the one just in front of Lucas then?
Yep.
All right, that hits. The fire like burns against him, charring his rat-like hide, and he just sort of like hisses and staggers back a little bit, but he's still standing.
Alright, that's my turn.
All right, Lucas.
Alright. Alright, 2 spell slots. Sorry, I'm just like. Alright, that's which my curse is. Got it. Alright, pack a long sword, one-handed on the guy that Alexei just do I need to roll my Spectre into the initiative, or do you want it to go on my
Nah,
turn?
just go on your turn.
Alright, just gonna step up. I'm gonna use the Spectre first. And it's gonna attack the guy that Alexei attacked. It's gonna try to life drain it.
I think it drew the life out of it.
27
yeah, so
for 10 damage.
your specter comes floating up, kind of this trail of spectral gold coins dropping off just behind it, disappearing out of sight before you can pick them up, unfortunately. And it sort of just like reaches out with one hand towards this were-rat, grabbing its throat, and you just watch as it sort of just like drains the life out of the were-rat, and then the corpse just collapses to the ground. And you see that as this occurs, you hear like the sound of like metal clanging together, and 6 gold coins clatter to the ground.
Alright, I kick it and step into its space.
Sure.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming that's kind of what I do as it's falling as well. I just kind of kick it and take its space. Does Nibby's thing work for every melee attack I do?
No, once per turn.
Once per turn.
Once per round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I turn to this guy, fucking dragon eye glaring at it. Packed longsword. Does a 15 hit?
15 does in fact hit.
It takes 18 damage.
All right, so you drive into it.
Is it still alive?
Yeah, so you go up to swing at it, sort of overhead blow. Obviously, you can't do like wide arcing swings here in these tight corridors. So you do this overhead blow, and he like staggers backwards, bending back, and is quite obviously like driven off by this blow. You don't actually like hit him, but it definitely like damages him. And
Can I like weave my bonus action between my 2 attacks?
yeah, you can do that.
Okay, maddening hex, 5 damage.
Okay.
Wait, no, it's not hex. What am I fucking doing?
Yeah, it's not hexed.
Yeah, sorry.
But yeah, he's still up. All right, so yeah, you do this first swing. He has to like dodge backwards, skittering along the floor, and you kind of like he staggers to his knee a little bit as he's dodging, and then you just sort of like walk up a little bit, look down at him, and drive your sword through his throat, and there's just a spurt of blood as you rip it out, and he collapses to the ground.
I look at the last guy up here, and I just fucking that whisper you can hear is like, "Where is my bag?"
All right, anything else, Lucas? Would you like to move up to him to make it even more intimidating?
Yes, I'd like. What is that? 5, 10, 15, 20. Fucking ooh, shit. See that there are people in that room.
They're just like they're like
One more
there he
step
is. It's like there he is.
Just gonna walk up
All
on
right,
the side of him a little bit.
at everything.
Where is my bag?
Menacing.
I'm a bonus action. Can I use his nibble? I can't use Nibbling's passive and his once per encounter ability on the same turn, can I?
No.
Brad,
What?
I might have to go eat food soon, but hopefully it'll happen around the break.
Just wait 20 minutes.
Alright, yeah, that's my turn. I'm gonna save my
Alright.
axes. I might need these.
All right. So then it is the regular Scrubadubs. So that one sort of points like, is like you hear their voices like, you saw him, didn't you? He went that way. Yeah, but didn't you see that fucking sword he had? Fucking mental. I'm not going. He says, it's just kind of like arguing against each other. It's like, you know what? Fine, let's go get help. And they go running off.
Oh no, I didn't expect a second room.
And you hear them screaming like, "Wake up, you lazy louts! We've got intruders!"
I'm literally about to murder this entire fucking room.
And
The thing
somewhere,
about typing in packed halls is that we can like funnel them.
somewhere, you hear a
Bradvillian screw.
what? All right, so they do that, and then there is one more fellow up here. He moves 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then he peeks out from around the corner, Lucas, and fires a crossbow at you.
Okay.
Pew!
5 damage.
He crits for 5 damage. And then he just sort of ducks back around the corner.
I'm just staring at this
And
motherfucker.
he
in front
just
of me.
shouts. He just shouts out like, "I got him! I think I got him! Oh God, he didn't do anything! He's still coming!"
What the fuck is going on with Lucas right now?
He's going Ultra Instinct.
All right,
He's got
so
SEAL Team 6 in here just slaughtering everything.
these guys.
The moment he saw those coins, like something in him changed. He's not the man I knew.
I'm just gonna pop
He
these
got,
guys.
yeah, he got change. Ha!
Shut up, Morin. Go fight that were rat.
Go lasso the were-rag.
Lasso the were-rat. All right, so
Yeah, go
this
grapple him, Morin. Come on.
this were-rat comes running out from behind, having been alerted to the presence of intruders, and that's about it because he has to dash to get there. This other one dashes. So this one, Lucas, on you, is going to attack twice. Short sword, hitting you for 4.
Someone next to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the bite misses you. All right, and then we have Nefarious.
Seeing the one came up here, I just tie the last thing on the lasso and just grab it up and just throw it over. And like, what do you want me to roll to see if it hits?
So I would say it's probably a improvised ranged attack, so it would just be like your straight dexterity.
D20 plus 4.
All right. Well, the lasso hits. It like goes around him. Obviously, like that's not enough to
No,
fully
no.
restrain him, but
No. Because what I'm gonna do next, as I see it goes around them, I turn around, I grab the rope over my shoulder, and I just tug like as hard as I can.
Trying
And
to trip him.
and once like I do one tug, he loses balance. I take one step, I just again, so it goes punk hitting around.
all right. So this is sort of like a weird modified shove attack. So go ahead and make an athletics check.
Yes, I'm great at athletics.
Well, you are
Actually,
using strength.
I am proficient, so you know there's a chance. There's a chance. Oh god.
Well, yeah. So you like turn, and it seems like he was completely. He's just like, "What the fuck, lasso?" He's completely taken aback by this, and you just like yank on it, and he kind of like pulls. He falls forward towards you and kind of like prone on the ground.
Oh, he's about to get fucking the bad touch.
So do I
but-
have anything left?
I think you
Except
can
my
move. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, because that was both of your attacks.
Yeah,
technically.
I figured. Because I was hoping if I could just go and snare him up and just.
Go dogpile him. Dogpile him.
Okay, then that's my turn.
All right.
I take a step back and go, Alexi, go like, you know what to do.
Problem is he's prone, so I get disadvantage on range attacks.
No, you can still walk up and get in melee and burn the shit out of him.
All right.
Well, I can go up and melee shock him, so which is what I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna do.
Yeah,
So-
you have shocking grasp.
I mean, kinda.
Advantage. This is Lafal, Brad. There we go. I rolled a 6 and a 3.
I have 14. Still hits.
Sweet.
So you
13
reach
light
down
damage.
and grab him. There's a shock of lightning that courses through him, and his body just kind of like begins like convulsing a little bit. His
I don't
eyes
think
like
he has any
his
idea what's
eyes
going on right
his
now.
eyes like rolling up into his head, but he's still like alive. Like obviously, he's just very shocked by this. All
I
right,
think he has no idea what's going on.
Lucas.
He's prone, so does he get an opportunity attack?
No. Well, yeah, he would still get it. He would still get an attack of opportunity. He just
Well, he
wouldn't,
doesn't have his reaction because.
yeah. Chopping grass takes away
Oh,
the reaction.
awesome.
So
My ghost is gonna come up here and give this man the bad touch.
Why don't you want to kill this guy?
Well, because I'm up here by myself.
You could have touched him with advantage. He would have been dead.
All right, that hits. Your spirit reaches up and drains some of the
Touches.
life force from this creature. stealing the wealth of its life.
The crits.
All right, so you just run him through after that. He's kind of like gasping as this creature comes up from behind and is like sucking the life out, and then you just run your sword through his gut. And he collapses to the ground, dead. All right, and then you move up there.
Where
This
is my bag?
he says, and then just immediately kills the
Crit him
guy.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, so you just walk up, where is my bag? And then just cut the dude's head off.
I don't know about cutting it off. This is a corridor. That has to be a really precise, powerful cut to cut his head off. Let's go with it.
Wait, you roll a crit, so.
It's like
It happened.
it's like the 5-inch punch. You just hold the sword with 2 hands and you just.
What was that? That was
Clean off.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I walked back down this way. Where at on the floor? I was like, where is it?
They regret
This is
taking this is like Taken. Just it didn't take his daughter, just his bag.
Yeah.
Took my fucking money.
Lucas is fucking
Where's the
scaring
bag?
me right now.
I told you I'm gonna fight to the death for this fucking bag.
Okay. So the were-rat, is currently sort of like, obviously he still hasn't been tied up, so the lasso isn't really inhibiting that much.
No, I
How's the
tried to
fear
make the knot
factor
so.
working?
I tried to make the knot as like it tightens when you pull it.
Mm-hmm. So he's going to like stand up, glaring at you, Alexei.
What I do?
You fucking dazed him.
Not like much though.
So he is going to attack you, Alexei. He swings at you with the short sword.
Nefarious!
Disadvantage because he actually has a rope around him.
No. Not until you actually like hog tie him with it.
Maybe if you were grappling him.
Maybe if you're up there on him, you could give him disadvantage.
Fuck, hell, I can't believe you crit 2 times in a row, Zach.
Alright. The roll 20 is freaking the fuck out right now. Holy crap.
Having some technical difficulties there, Brad.
Something. Yeah, something weird going on.
Man, there should be a fucking trait for an invocation that for Pact of the Blade that lets me just weave weapons during combat without a fucking as like a, at least as like a bonus action. Brad, can we make that?
What?
Fucking an invocation that allows me to weave like changing weapons as a bonus action in the middle of combat instead of an action.
I don't know about an invocation.
Think about it.
Ouchie. Ouchie, I took damage.
Yep, so you take 6 points of damage, and then he is going to bite you. Whoop, not that one. That one.
Oh no, multi attack.
For 3.
Owie. That also hurts me.
Or you did.
Nope. Now I have to do a con
I
save.
forgot that you have like the most HP out of all of us.
19. I'm okay. I'm not a lycanthrope yet.
How do you know?
Oh yeah, I don't. I think I maybe failed a check, but I can't remember. I think it was like a couple sessions ago.
Nefarious.
Okay. Since he did the smart thing of not moving the rope, I run out and I kind of like throw the rope around him and I just tug it from behind, so he falls over in front again.
All right, so you'll have to use your action to probably like grab him, and then
Yeah.
another action to try to like tie him up. Well, another attack to tie him up. So go ahead and make another athletics check. We'll see if you can grab him.
Wow.
All right, yeah, you easily grab him, and then
The fuck are you doing?
and then one more athletics check to start trying to like tie him up and kind of restrain him. All right, yeah. So you you just sort of like grab him, begin like sort of like shove him down to the ground and like start tying him up, and he's like fighting desperately, but he's like obviously just like he's still kind of like taken aback that this is even happening. He's like, what the fuck? These guys are fucking shooting laser beams and blasting fire, and you're just fucking tying me up with rope. What is this?
He's just so baffled.
Alright.
And I'm doing it with style because he has no chance against it.
Alexa.
Should I shock this guy or should I haste Lucas? Important question.
I'm trying to kill him.
Zap. Oh, I missed.
Not the winner. You have
Is he
advantage.
wearing any? Is he wearing any metal armor?
He has advantage.
No.
You have advantage.
Do I have advantage?
Yeah, this is great.
Sure.
6. Fucking hell.
No.
So add 14. It's another 14.
Oh, that'll hit. That'll hit. Yeah.
7.
All right,
Zap.
he's dead. You kill him.
Yes. This is very stressful, Nefarious. And I can still move, so I'll come up to Lucas. Wait, no, hang on. I'll like, what's over down there? More people down there. I'll come up to Lucas. Protect me.
All
my
right, so
turn.
you go running across.
Yep.
All right, as
Their
you do,
attacks.
as you do, 4 crossbow bolts fly at you from the darkness.
Excellent.
1, 2, 3, 4. 2 of which hit.
I'm
One
down.
deals 5, one deals 9. So Alexei goes running across the hall without actually like checking to see if it's safe first, and then just
Always
two
check
bolts.
Your corner.
2 bolts land in her side, and she just kind of like looks up at you, Lucas, and then just crumbles to the ground.
Can I use the Alquill thingy, the behind my shield,
Oh yeah. Disadvantage.
since he's close to me?
Let me see here.
I mean,
Yeah.
they just gotta be within 5 feet of you before your teammate does, right?
No. So the card ability specifically only works on attacks against you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
I know. I was just wondering if it. Oh, well, fair enough. He's down now.
All right, so that's that. Lucas, you definitely saw those bolts like coming down from the.
5. Well, I mean, they all win, so I'm assuming they gotta reload now. 10, 15, 20, 25.
Where's my bag?
All right, this guy swings at you with a short sword as you come around the corner.
18. Misses.
Misses.
Alright, whatever. Is that a bonus action? Yes. Do I have anything else? No, I've not been using my bonus action at all. So, exiting him.
Okay.
Attack longsword.
That hits.
14 plus 4, so 18 damage.
Okay.
Is he up?
Yep, he's still up.
You can swing again, can't you?
Yes. Ghost comes through though. Ghost is trying to give him the bad touch. For 10.
All right, he is dead.
This path of death that Lucas is carving is horrifying.
Take a step in. Cover behind this.
All right. Sounds good.
Quick question. Since I don't know enough about this companion cards, can I use Alquill to stabilize Alexei?
No, you'd have to do it yourself. I mean, he doesn't have any lay on hands anyway
Okay.
or whatever. But yeah.
No, I just meant like medicine.
But
rolls.
what about that since Thor is technically here? No.
No, he's not here.
Thor, say the word, please. Just say the word.
Nope. Nope.
Nothing. We're just trying to bullshit our way to save Alexei from dying.
Yes.
classic,
not
you know.
worth it anyways. So
All right, so these guys. New plan.
New plan.
They're giving up.
They're falling back to a more advantageous position.
they're not retreating; they're advancing in another direction.
All right. All of these guys are dead for now.
What is it? I'm
Very
third
nefarious.
level, right? How long
My
does
turn.
third level hex last? It's like 8 hours, right?
It's like forever.
Yeah, so I'm good till the end of the session.
So
Assuming your
I will-
concentration doesn't get broken. Oh no, it's not
Assuming I don't
concentration.
die or go prone or concentration.
No,
No, it's not even
no, it's not.
concentration.
It's Hunter's Mark. It's the shitty concentration one.
Yeah, so I'm good. I got perpetual hex for the rest of the day. I'm sorry, Maureen. Go ahead.
Yes, more.
I will like step her Alexi, medicine roll her, like stabilize her.
Sure, go for it. No, unfortunately, you are unable to staunch the wounds.
I have 2 attacks. Can I do it again?
No.
Can I use my whole turn to try again, or try?
No, because it is
Okay.
your whole turn to try once.
Okay.
Alright,
So
guys, I'm gonna roll a nat 20.
death save, Alexei. Okay. Lucas.
Up here around the corner, what do I see?
Peering around this corner,
Yeah.
you
Just down to
see
here.
you just see like a hallway that goes for about like 20-25 feet. There's a break at the left. There's another break at the left, and there's a break at the right, but you don't see any sign of people.
What's our age? 50? Damn it.
What do you do, Lucas?
What happens if-
Wormwood.
What happens if he Alqua gets 3 injuries?
He is bleeding out.
Dying.
Uh,
I love how we
basic-
just hear distant 4 every now and then.
Distant Thor.
Thor is here.
Come on, Lucas.
Zach, come on!
15.
5, 10,
14,
15, 20,
13,
25.
12,
I'm counting. I'm moving my
11,
ghost.
10, 9.
8, 7, 6.
What? Does my ghost not have vision?
No, it doesn't. Because I
Oh,
mean,
well,
you,
yeah, I
you're
guess it can only go where I want it to, can't it?
yeah, like you
What
you
I-
can't actually see through its eyes. So you can like you can
Okay,
direct
shit,
it
you're
to
right.
go somewhere, but like you won't be able to react to any of what it sees.
Alright. Fine.
Wonderful.
I'm gonna go back to Alexei and I'm
Huh?
going to try to heal her.
Okay,
Sure. What the fuck? No.
go for a medicine check.
She did.
Nope.
Nothing
Nothing we could do. Two
My
people.
ghost is gonna follow me.
Oh man.
Get your
Alright.
ghost to try.
I don't
Break.
think it can.
There's a break now.
And for that, we are going to go ahead and take the second break.
Oh shit. Oh, looks like I'm probably have to go in the middle of the session for food, man.
Go now.
Take 4.
I can't. It's being cooked.
Well, too bad then. You'll have to
Does
wait.
Alquil have healing potions on him? Hey, Brad, does Alquil have healing
Alright, and we are back, ready to continue with this little combat.
Hamus.
There was a small amount of things that occurred during the break. Just, somebody made a medicine check to see if Alexei would be stable, and she is. So on her turn, there are no death saves required. And it is now Lucas's turn. Alexei is down. You all frantically looked for any sorts of healing that you could find. However, there was none to be had.
See you guys in an hour. Oh, wait, hang on.
I'll come back in an hour, see if you guys are alive.
See you guys in an hour.
Alright.
Said you could always retreat and regroup. It's always an option.
Keep going,
No.
Zach.
I'm gonna keep going unless I get some talking to.
You hear like the spirit of Alexei next
Nope.
to you saying, "Go, kill them all, kill them all."
All right, Lucas. What do you do?
Peek around the corner. Anybody peeking their heads out at me?
No.
10, 15, 20. Is it just... What rooms am I seeing? This is a door. This is a door.
They are doors. They're just open corridors. So
Yeah,
looking
halls. My bad.
looking around, there are essentially more like niches carved into each of these like structures. It just seems to be like kind of like somewhat randomly carved out areas for at one point in time burying bodies, but now it's kind of been turned into a like hideout. There's like bits of like stuff scattered around, like bits of food lying around, bedrolls, paper, miscellaneous bric-a-brac. You can make a history check if you.
I mean, is that an action?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I mean, yeah or no? Make up your mind.
Yeah. I mean, like sitting down and actually like looking at the stonework and being like,
No,
what?
fuck that. All right, look around this corner. Do I see anybody?
Nope.
Let's see. 10, 15, 25, 30, 35, 40. Just kind of send my ghost out to attack. Does it see anybody? I can't see around these corners. My ghost can.
Let me see here. Your ghost peeks around the corner. And let me just double check. 20. It's the ghost's passive perception.
Passive perception.
Yeah.
Well, that's wisdom, right? It's
Yeah.
fucking just 10.
No, your ghost doesn't see anything.
Alright, my ghost will just kind of take a step back behind me then. Or, yeah, we'll probably just take a step up here. That way Nefarious can come through,
Sure.
and then I prepare an Eldritch Blast for anyone that tries to come up on me or, like, do to me, Hostile action.
Sure. Nefarious.
Yes, yes. I shall move up. Oh, okay. Where's the? I was there. 5.
That would be 20.
Did I Breork now? Did I get Breork?
You can't switch in the middle of battle.
Nah, we didn't switch.
Okay. Okay, so the 5, 20 down here. Okay, I'm just gonna see nothing up and down. 25, 30. Yeah. I'll follow Lucas, knocking an arrow.
Okay. Lucas.
I said I peeked around the corner and didn't see anybody, right? The one up top?
Yeah, there's nobody up that corner.
Alright, how far is that tunnel?
It's about 30 feet.
Oh, look who I see.
Nope. You don't see anybody.
I mean, would I not? I mean, the diagonal landing says I can.
Nope, you wouldn't.
Okay. Oh, he moved. I did. Fuck. No, I didn't really see them go down this way, did I?
Not really, no.
Do you guys have any sort of light?
I'm dark vision. We both have dark vision, I think.
Good
Here we go.
luck.
It's like a perception check to like. Yeah, I guess. I'll proceed to figure out like where they are because as you said, I wouldn't know. And I'll just kind of whisper under my breath, like, "Who has the bag?"
All right, yeah, go ahead and make a perception check. You sort of like peer down the hallway looking for any signs of people, but you don't see.
Is that my action, by the way? Yeah.
Yeah, it's an action to try to perceive.
How many rooms? How many directions we got? 1, 2, 3, 4.
All the directions.
Many directions. It is sort of like a twisting catacomb.
Yeah, I'm just figuring out which way to roll to walk that way. All right. My ghost goes down. This see anybody?
Well, they certainly do now.
Where at?
Many arrows and bolts flying at them. Bandits aren't
AC
smart.
12.
So, advantage, and these are all
They
gonna
all do half damage.
Half damage. Hit. That one misses.
So 1,
six-
3, 3. So 7. And what is that?
So that's 6 plus 7 is math. 13.
13.
So it's
So a
6.
total of 6. So 6. 9.
12,
11, 12.
13.
So 13 damage.
Yep.
All right. Just put him at the closest.
Sure. He's at the
And-
closest.
All right. Thank you.
Don't do that, Morton.
12. Alright, that hits. You hear like a scream from around the corner.
Awesome. 5,
Very good.
10. Take a step in. See what I see. Take a step over here. Step in. Yeah, I'll take a deeper step in. Get a little bit more cover. And
Sure.
what is that? 5, 10, 15. No, 5, 10. Okay, that was 15 to get right there. My ghost is going to
Ghost people.
incorporeal. How much did I say that? That's 50 flying. So it's going to go right back up here.
Okay.
That's it.
Sure thing.
Man, they're being attacked by ghosts, fucking laser beams.
Alright, Nefarious.
Yeah. Then I will go 5, 10. Okay, so I get 10.
All right.
15.
As soon as you get there. 4 bolts fly in your direction. They did not have time to hide, so they are not advantage. So just 4 regular attacks. Well, go 3, 4. So the first one you take 9, second one you take 5, third one you take 3, and the last one you take 7. For a grand total of 15 plus.
Minus
So
that.
it should
So
be like
15
20.
plus.
Yep.
Okay, my turn.
Yep.
The
So-
revenge turn.
Bonus action, Hunter's Mark on that fucker.
Sure.
14, does that hit?
Does hit.
Just gonna check if the damage is right. 1d8 plus.
He's
what
dead.
is it? Okay, fair enough.
Now, for a normal archer, these other shots would be difficult, but you are a sharpshooter, so
Can I shoot that guy without a problem?
because you have sharpshooter.
Okay. Yes, I'm just double checking. Roll d20 plus 4. 10.
No, that misses. Ducks out of the way.
Who was my okay. Oh, right. I should have used the behind my shield thingy. Ah, well, there you go. I'll take a step back then.
All right. Lucas.
And I start pulling out bolts.
Your friend so graciously ate all of the ready attacks for you.
Yes. What's that stepping sound? In the
I don't know.
background?
Thor is doing some weird something or other.
Yeah. Sounds like he's walking.
He's walking in the snow.
Yeah.
20, 25, no, sorry. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay, that it.
Did I fucking really see anybody when I was coming through? When I was right here, do I technically see this guy right here?
Yeah, I mean you could see them all sort of like they're all pushed against the wall, so you can barely see them, but you can see the like several figures at the end of the hallway.
Like within, like, can I shoot?
If you have a bow.
Eldritch Blast.
Yes. Oh yeah, you can Eldritch Blast for sure. Yeah.
Alright.
He'll have
bonus
cover for
action-
you because you're not a sharpshooter, so he'll have some cover. But you
Yeah,
just,
yeah, that's fine. But Eldritch, not Eldritch Blast, but Hex on that one.
Sure. Go for it. Eldritch Blast.
21
21.
plus 1d6. So 3.
3
Right.
damage.
And then
He
11
goes
on the next
down.
one, which is a miss, probably.
Yeah. Well, he goes down. So
Oh, nice.
3 damage.
So I'll, as I said, I'll step into here.
all right.
Nope, ghost.
Yeah, the ghost. Ghost can go.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I think it's right next to a guy.
I mean, you can tell it to attack.
I can't see there, really.
I know.
Because, Ghost has no vision.
Exactly.
It is next to the guy, though, right?
Presumably, yeah.
I mean, the Ghost would know.
Mm-hmm. But you don't.
Alright. ghost
You're
is
not the
like-
ghost.
The Ghost has, 10 feet of movement to be left. Put it next to somebody if it can, please. And then it's
I mean-
going to attack.
It's as next to somebody as it's going to get.
Alright.
All right. Cool. You hear another scream around the corner.
Alright. 5. 10. And then that's its movement.
Cool.
Did the coins chink to the ground when that guy dies as well?
No.
Oh, it was only the first one?
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna have to go
Did
check
you-
these coins.
You didn't take those coins.
I mean, I'm sure that, I don't know, that, or last I checked, they were still there.
I took those coins.
You never said you did that.
I did. I didn't. I'm just messing. Anyway.
Alright, let's see what this fucker does. Does he surrender?
He is going
Probably
to disengage and run screaming, screaming the other way.
Does he get attack? Does my ghost get an attack of
No,
opportunity
because
on
he's
it?
disengaged.
Okay.
All right, Nefarious.
5, 10, 15. Did I see someone move down there?
No, I was just moving the dead bodies out of the way.
Oh, yeah. 20.
So paranoid.
Okay, there. I'm standing in here.
Okay.
Knocking an arrow in case someone pops up.
Lucas.
Hey, Lucas?
Yep.
Alright. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Your turn to
Alright.
take all arrows.
So I see these, like, what, 3 niches, it looks like, maybe? Maybe a
1,
corridor?
2,
I can't really tell.
3, 4. You can see like 4 like cut out niches. And then
And this
like
one looks bigger than the others.
Yeah, it's bigger. It looks like a
So I'm
continuation
gonna
of
assume
the
that's
corridor.
a hall. Can you see where I'm pinging over here?
I mean, I can say it.
You can probably see everywhere.
So,
I
let me
can see
see, 5,
everything.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Is it in a wall? Okay. 20 feet of movement speed left. It attacks a guy if it can.
Okay. Make an attack.
Please move it if you can as well.
Well, it misses.
Ah, it was close. I know it was. Alright, how much did I have? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Can I peek around the wall and shoot, or no?
Yeah, I mean, you can peek around the corner to shoot.
Can I see him?
You peek around.
Alright. Bonus action. Switch my thing.
Sure. Oh yeah, you can see this is basically like a really long hall that seems to like slope downwards. Well, you missed the first one, and the second one hits. And
For 7.
finish him off. His screams echoing throughout the hall.
Is combat over?
You have
So what do you
vanquished
think?
all of the enemies that you can see so far.
Basically, can we move around at will?
For now, yeah.
I loot the corpses.
I'd
Alright.
go back picking up the 6 gold coins.
That's exactly where I was gonna go first.
You said looting the corpses first.
Yeah, that is at a corpse.
You fell on the ground. No,
Guys, it's for sharing. The loot is for sharing.
just messing.
Yeah, so going around and checking over the bodies, we'll say
I'll
you
pick up some
find,
arrows. Those hand crossbows the fuckers have.
Yeah. Well, some of
can I
them have
pick-
light crossbows.
Do some of them have hand crossbows?
No, these guys didn't have hand crossbows.
Okay, light crossbows. Okay, I will actually take one of those with me. Just throw it on my back.
So you find in total on these guys 13 gold and 27 silver.
Split down even, Morton?
Yeah.
Do you want the 6 or the 7 gold?
Same for me, bro. Same for me.
Do you want the 6 or the 7 gold? We can't split that straight down the center.
Okay, I'll take the 16.
Oh, so I'll take the 7. Shove it in my fucking pocket. Don't have my back. And then, what is it? You want the 13 or the 14? I'll let you have the 14 silver.
Okay. Okay, how many bolts do I find that is for the crossbow?
There were 5 of them. You find 14 bolts that are usable.
Nice. Add 14 bolts. Why? What the fuck did I do there? Okay, what else do we find What else do they have, basically? Is there anything of value or useful?
They've got. I
Like
mean, they've got cutlasses. I mean, they don't really have much of a. They have a few coins and like their like battle gear, and that's about it.
What kind of gear do they use? Leather armors?
Well, most of them actually are kind of like unarmored. Leather armor, yeah, like basic leather armor. And like short swords.
There you go. So nothing useful whatsoever. Fair.
Nope.
What's at the end of this hall? It just ends in like a little black wall. Is that a door or something?
No, it's just like literally the end of a hall.
Oh, really? Why the fuck did that guy come down there? From there?
I don't know. Who knows? You'd have to go investigate.
What do I see down the hall? Anything?
Well, it's not so much what you see, but what you smell coming down from that direction.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
You
Let's go back the other way.
I'm intrigued.
very quickly figure out what that direction leads to, and it's nothing.
What that man
useful.
was doing up there. Do you want to continue forward, Nefarious?
Sure, but I'm pretty wounded at the moment, so I prefer if you go first.
I figured as much. I'll be the front end, you be the back.
Yep.
How many people did we kill?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
About like a dozen.
Yeah.
About a dozen? Well, we already exceed the lowest count of what that one rat thing said to us.
Yeah. So,
but
if this Pierce, whatever guy, is such a bad guy, he might have some of the rest with him, and he's probably way over here now. So,
hopefully not much of them are left, though.
oh, hopefully. Let's keep moving.
All right, pressing on.
What's at the end of this hallway? It looks like there's another bit in.
So basically, at the end of this hallway, you see it slopes downwards, and declines about 40 feet and ends in a large, set of double wooden doors.
One more question, Brad. How much longer do we have in this session?
Like half an hour at most.
Can I vote we ended early? Because like we're clearly about to go into a big fight.
Yeah.
And
no, we haven't found a chest full of supplies yet.
No,
it's fine.
As much as I wish there was a chest of supplies, but like if possible, I'd like to kind of hold off if we can.
Yeah, I would prefer having
more than just me and him. As much as I would definitely go in with just me and Nefarious, if like Brad's like, no, we're continuing. Because I would, as I said, I'm fighting this to the death.
I would totally do that too, but
would it be alright to close it a little bit early, Brad?
Sure.
Then can we just take Alex's body and put it here?
Like, you know what? Actually, another question is Thor even going to be here next week?
Probably not. Actually, I think it was definitely not next week.
Yeah.
Right?
The only person who might show up would be Mike.
Just gonna have him closer.
Well, we end in like 30 minutes. He might be here next week.
Well, we'll see.
If he wants to be there for the Pierce fight, he better be.
He's 30 minutes from a laptop. If you guys are okay with it, we could take just the fight.
What, you're saying like wait 30 minutes for Thor to get back to a laptop? Would he even be able to play when he gets to that laptop?
No,
We might
if
be able to.
we're just gonna end now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. We'll pick it up.
I gotta
after
gotta.
Christmas.
10 is kind of like a hard cutoff, anyway. So
Yeah.
Okay.
we could just pick this up next week, assuming everybody's here.
We did good, Martin.
Yeah. Well, I lassoed a guy and
Yeah. I murdered a shit ton of people.
it was an impressive way, I have to say, to get the guy down, though I couldn't damage.
Yeah. I mean, you played psychological warfare on that motherfucker hard.
I don't think I knew what was going on for a second.
We need to get you a magic lasso.
Yes.
I'm
So
not fucking Wonder Woman.
we will pick things up again next week, with episode 12. In the meantime, thank you for being here and playing. And Morton, you are in charge of the recap next week, so please do remember to
Remember what?
remember. All right.
Remember that we were fighting in a hallway? Sure.
Yep. Exactly.
Yes.
Yes. And so, without further ado, we bid you adieu.
Bye.